webcam, and the scene is here, the sources are over here. So I put in audio for my mic and I put in video capture with my webcam. Notice that it just came up. There is a delay between the two things, so sometimes that can be confusing when you're live streaming, when people are chatting, and there's a bit of a delay when you're talking and it takes a little while to get responses. But you set up these scenes that you go back and forth on, and then you can add, just with the plus and minus, you can add more things. So if on the webcam, you can see I can add a browser, I can add if I had a different display I wanted to show, I'd go through and set them up here. A lot of times if I'm talking, you can even use green screen with OBS. I have the green screen behind me, I could get rid of it. But let me know if you want me to go in more detail. But if you have your couple scenes that you can switch back and forth, maybe it's a desktop, like on this one, I just have my display capture and my audio. And I could also actually put my video on top of this one too, so I could have a little me there too. So that's just a little bit about the scenes and the sources, but again, I can go through a different video explaining that. So now if I'm just going to go move my OBS back over, and now I'm all ready to go live on this one. And all I have to do is hit this button right up here. And remember, I'm not going to get anybody responding to this one. I don't think I will, because I have it set to private on this one. Now this is where you can see right through here, if there were people coming online, I could go through different things, and so I'm testing it out, and people get the likes in here. Now we have a live chat also. I'm just going to go ahead and go through here and hit the pop out on here. And you're going to get this live chat that you can kind of watch the chat through here, and you can talk and see everybody talk. But you do have different options in here where you can see, participants on it. And like I said, you're only going to see me in this one like this. So when everything's done, we go through, we're having our chat, we're streaming right now, we're watching our conditions on this one. You can see we have our analytics right through here, our stream health on it. It tells me this is the stream is healthy, so that's a good sign. So you can be keeping an eye on different things like this. And then you're controlling your OBS. Usually, like I said, I have it on a different window, but if I bring it back over, and if I wanted to be talking, all of a sudden, if I wanted people to see me, I could start, this is part of the stream now, and you notice that there'll be some lag when you start to see it over in the top, what's going to be coming live, and there it comes up there. So it gives you an idea a little bit. But so I'm live streaming right now, and I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream, and I'm going to show you where this goes and what you can do with it after. So you can see after the stream is finished, it gives you some information. Something I just wanted to point out here, and YouTube has this built in. A lot of people don't know it's there, and you can do this on all the videos too, but edit in Studio. So maybe I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. You can actually edit the video through here. So this goes back right to where it's going to be kept, and I'll show you a different way you can find it. You can add more details, and you can keep it live or hide it or different things like that. But if we go to the editor too, and I'm going to do a different video on this, you can go through and maybe you want to trim it, because at the beginning of lives, when you're just kind of sitting around before it starts, before everybody gets there, you might not want this if you keep it out there, so you can go through and trim it. But like I said, I'll create a different video how this video editor works in YouTube, and you can use it on all your videos too. But just going back, I'm just going to go back. I'm in my studio right now in videos. Go to live right here, and you can see that this is what we just created, this video right here. So I have it set to private. You can see here's a previous one here also, but I can go through and make all the adjustments just like a different video from it. So I can go through, I can watch it, I can share it with people, change it to unlisted, to keep it as private. So a lot of times I just keep mine to private afterwards, or delete them too after I have done the live stream on it. you next time with more tech tips and tutorials.
Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video I want to show you guys a complete tutorial for Open Broadcaster software, trying to begin you from the start of installing the program all the way to where you can record or stream videos for either YouTube or Twitch TV. So if you don't already know, Open Broadcaster software is a tool for being able to record different video sources straight from your computer, which can include things like your computer screen monitor, the window of a game or web browser. It can include overlays, and if you use programs like Twitch Alerts, you can also set up alerts to pop up on screen while you're playing or streaming a game. Now, although most people probably are going to use Open Broadcaster software for recording video games, it's also really good for doing screencasts. And there's nothing stopping you from using it for doing vlogs either, since it is compatible with webcams or external cameras as long as you can get it hooked up to your PC. So to get started, one of the most basic things you're going to need to set up is a scene. So in the bottom left-hand corner of the program, we see our list of scenes. You can see I have a few set up and I can actually go between them. You'll notice that these other scenes are recording what's on my screen, and yes, if OBS gets caught there, you're going to get that infinite loop. So how you make something actually pop up inside of a scene is that you add sources to your scene. So the scene is the entirety of what you're recording inside of OBS, but the sources are individual components, whether that's an image or a video source or something from your computer that you want to show on screen while you're recording your footage. So if we go over here to the sources area, we can right click or hit the plus sign in order to add a new source in. You can see that there's a whole bunch of options here, including display capture when you want to show an entire monitor on screen, game capture for when you want to show a full screen application or a specific game title, image for when you want to show a simple JPEG or PNG image on the screen. It could be good for overlays, particularly if you're going to do PNGs, since those can be transparent and let you have the game hide behind the overlay. You can also add in a video capture device. That would be where you would choose a webcam. And window capture for miscellaneous windows on your computer. So that would be web browsers, or you could add an OBS window itself, or maybe Notepad++. Things like that which aren't games, or if they are games, you're probably using a window capture specifically because the game capture isn't working. So let's create a brand new scene by hitting the add button for scenes. We can also do that by right click and then left click on add. And we're going to call this complete tutorial scene. So for this complete tutorial scene, let's get started by adding in an image. It's something really simple. So I'm going to add in an image here. So you can see that you can create new or add existing. This is pretty consistent across all the different sources you may want to add in. Because if you have a source in another scene, it's easy to incorporate them into your new scene by just adding the source that exists in another scene. But for right now, we don't have any, so I'm going to just call this a new image, test image, and you can locate an image file from your computer. So for me, I'm just going to go over to this list of logos I have, and let's choose the OBS logo. So when we pop that in, you'll see that it shows the bounds of that image with the red lines. We can left click on any of these bounds and stretch it if we wish. And if you hold shift down while you're clicking on one of the stretching points, you can actually stretch the X and Y axes without them being in equal ratio. Without that, they will always stretch at the normal ratio for the image. If you hold Alt down while you click on one side, you can actually drag one side in if you want to hide part of that image.